Hi everyone, I just wanted to make you a short video to help you figure out how to manage your new pricing for the announced minimum wage increase. So the minimum wage is going from $20 to $21.20 on the 1st of April 2022. So we need to prepare for that by increasing our prices to reflect that. So those of you that were coaching with us this time last year will be familiar with this formula. I've also this year made us a very simplistic spreadsheet to help you just speed up that process by pumping those numbers in and getting the new pricing out the other side. So let me jump in and show you how it works. So for those of you that went through this last year with this formula, you'll be familiar with this. For those of you that are new, I'm just going to go through slowly so that we're all on the same page. So let me just read through these instructions. So you'll find these in Coach Accountable if you go to whiteboards on the left hand side of your menu, and under Finance, there's a file called Finance. Click on there and you'll find this titled Price Increase Formula for Wage Increases from April 2022. So please read this first, and if you're unsure how to use algebraic equations, then ask your coach to walk you through it. However, the spreadsheet will help support that too. So the sales price of any item, we're going to take the GST off first by dividing our menu prices by 1.15. So for example, if we have a $20 burger, we're going to take the GST off, then our GST exclusive price is $17.39. If you're using loaded reports, you can find this really easily without having to do that piece of maths by going to Stock on loaded reports. And then on the left hand side, go down to Manage, and under Manage you'll find Point of Sale links. Click on there and it will give you your menu prices exclusive of GST. For those of you that are using loaded all the time, you'll know that, and you'll know that it's there. So just having a look at how this formula works and what some of the symbols mean. So this is the formula down here in bold that we're going to use. So the premise of this formula is that we're trying to figure out what dollar value of our menu item is contributing to wages. So if we have something that we're selling for $20 and our wage cost is 33%, how much of that $20 is going towards wages? And then whatever that amount is, we want to increase that by 6% and then put that new price, that new cost price, through our formula so that we've got what we need to reprice it on the menu to cover the wage increase. So the assumption that this equation has made is that you'd increase everybody on your team by 6%. So not just the people on minimum wage, but everybody. Now, whether you do that or not is irrelevant. By doing it this way, you will have at least enough to cover the increase in minimum wage. If you haven't increased anybody else, then it will lower your wage costs. If you have increased everybody else by 6%, then you've got that built into this formula. Okay, so how this formula works, some of the symbols in here, if you're not used to these, is the asterisk in this formula represents multiply. The X in this formula represents the value of your current wage cost expressed as a decimal. And so for example, if your wage cost percentage is 31%, then you would express it as a decimal as 0.31. The 1.06, that indicates the wage increase. So we're going from $20 an hour to $21.20. Now last year the wage increase was 5.8%. So for those of you that used this formula last year, we rounded that to 6 to make the formula more simplistic. This year we don't need to do that. It's exactly 6%, so we're leaving it in there at 6. So this symbol here represents dividing by, and so you'll see that appear in the formula below. So how this works out is we're trying to work out what our price exclusive of GST is. We're going to multiply that by our wage cost expressed as a decimal, and then we're going to multiply that result by 1.06, so increasing what that wage cost is by 0.6%. Then we're going to divide that new result by our current wage cost, which will give us our new exclusive of GST price. Now, I'll be the first to admit that getting your head around a formula like this isn't super simple, and so that's why I've put it in the spreadsheet. So hopefully that helps you I will show you the spreadsheet now and walk you through it, and I think it will make more sense when you do that. So the spreadsheet is a Google Sheets, and this is the link to it here. So when you click on this, it will probably send James or I an email to give you permission to see it, and we will do that as soon as we get the opportunity through the week. We should be able to do it within an hour at least. If you're clicking on there, it just comes through our email. What I will ask you to do, please, is make sure that you make a copy of it, because it's a template spreadsheet that we're sharing with a lot of people in our community, and we don't want you to be putting numbers in there that other people are then going to see. So this is the spreadsheet here. So the first thing you need to do when you get access to this is to go up here to File and make yourselves a copy, and then you can start to populate your copy. Okay. Make sure under the sharing setting there that it's shared with the people that you want it to be shared with. So you can see here it's shared with James at the moment, that this master template is going to be shared with a lot of people. So again, just make sure you don't start populating this sheet. So what I've done here is I've put in some standard menu items in there, what some of their prices might be exclusive of GST. Again, you can find these in loaded reports, really simple. Up here in cell C3, this is where you would put in your current wage cost percentage as a percentage. So pop it in here. I would go with what my average was for the last 12 months. So get into your accounting software system, find out what your previous 12 months worth of wage costs have been, and put them into there. Those of you using the critical numbers spreadsheet, you'll have that at the drop of a hat. Everybody else, you'll need to go into your accounting software and put that in there. So just change this number. If you're running at 31% wages, pop that in there. If you're running at 35, pop that in there. It will give you it will change the formula. Not change the formula, it adds it into the formula for you that's already built in. So you see here this next column, this next cell down. So this column is working out what dollar amount of your sales price is being contributed to wages. So here's the formula up here. This column here is telling us what our new price, exclusive of GST, what our new price needs to be if we increase that amount by 6%. So if we increase that amount by 6%, we now need to sell that burger for $23.04 exclusive of GST to be meeting that same 33% wage target. So you can see the jump isn't a huge amount. This here gives you your new inclusive of GST price. So this is the amount that you need to sell it by to stay where you already are with your wages. And then in this column here, you can alter that price. This is where you can edit it to make it a more realistic number. So for example, $26.50 for a burger, that's a perfectly acceptable number to have on a menu. $10.59, probably a bit messy. Maybe you want to make that $10.60 or $10.80. Do whatever you want to round that up to make it more comfortable. So this is a really great time for you to check to make sure that your cost of goods part of your menu is under control. Can you reduce portion sizes of some of your proteins? Can you take out some of the dogs from your menu? Even some of the workhorses, maybe it's time to move them. Can you do something with the higher cost of goods ones that can bring that and keep those menu prices a little bit more acceptable? But just remember that inflation at the moment is really high in New Zealand, and consumers are getting used to those prices going up. So we must pass them on. We can't absorb them. It's time to pass them on. And this formula in this spreadsheet will help you do that. So I hope that's enough information to help you through the next week of repricing. I really suggest you get onto it in the next week or two. Give yourselves the chance to buy yourself some time to be able to make some decisions if you need to around what's on your menu, what's in your wine lists, what's in your cabinets. Do you need to start looking at changing some of those items? You've got 7 weeks before the 1st of April to do that. If you do this repricing now, get your heads around it. It buys you some time to make some other decisions. So good luck this week. Sing out if you need any help. We'll be here to help you.